what Cambertire rubber color is, huh? Smoke, I mean. Wow, man.
I've never driven this car like this before. It's phenomenal. The cornering ability and the neutralness of the steering. You can just set it wherever you want to set it, just like that. There's no crazy inputs. There's no, it's just a throttle and just a little bit of steering, and it does whatever you want.
What is the learning curve, or is there one?
Slim to none. One lap just to get a feel for how the car feels going in a straight line. And the first corner, you take, you realize that the tires bite so well. Once you put the car into the turn and you load the tire, it just goes. It goes. And this car has always had a problem with cornering until we put these tires on. This car liked to go straight and didn't like to turn. It would push. It took a lot of steering input. Now, buttery smooth. It's just simple. It's so much easier. Yeah, the learning curve is very low, but the driving ability goes way up. And this tarmac is very rough. This is a very rough piece of road here, and it's very smooth in this car.
Cool.
And the bumps don't undulate the car and take it off track.
Is there any negatives of any kind that you can come up with in any way on these tires?
No. 100% satisfied. And they wore very well. Even the sticky compound. We've been running, I've burned 3/4 of a tank of fuel doing this course and drifting, and we're still on the same set of tires. I can do long arcing third gear wraps in this car, no problem.
And with a normal, any of the other tires you've ever tried, which is just about everything? Over
these undulations and these bumps in the road, you would be bouncing and kicking around, and it would upset the drift of the car, and you'd have to correct, and possibly kick the clutch or something. You don't have to do any of that. It's just doing it. And it's just neutral. You can put the car wherever you want at whatever angle you want. And typically, it's just not that way.
So if you were in a competition for drift, is this your tire of choice?
Totally, yes. I mean, it's too much fun. It's way too much fun.
Cool.
It takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. I mean, you could just do it.
Well, I tell you what, it's a pleasure to be able to do that at the top of fourth gear. I mean, the car has just basically never had the kind of stability to do that at that speed. So normally I'll get out there in second or third gear and do my thing. The car's fun to slide,
right?
But to have that kind of stability at that speed, and you can see the marks on the road are it's not fishtailing. It's,
right.
It's holding that.
You can
line.
set an arc and hold it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And when you load it, that's when they're happiest. Well, I know it's about the performance, and so we didn't really think much about the look at first, but then you kind of fall in love with the look after you realize that it's attached to that level of performance.
Where do you start to draw comparisons between these tires and any other tire?
It's a more comfortable, more quiet ride. When you have it out there on the streets, on the freeway.
That's got to be the more abuse than you've ever given any tire, because you've never drifted at those speeds.
Yeah, it's really extreme.
And on an uneven surface, able to hold a perfect arc.
Because it is above and beyond.
I mean,
everything else that we've tested. So.
Based on the fact that you're able to do things you've never been able to do before, that would indicate that you have more control and more ability on these than any other tire you've ever tried. Is that right?
Absolutely. It's just way more fun.
So,
there's definitely some phenomenal performance perceived behind the wheel. So we're gonna have to get ourselves some more of these tires.